Nobody out there today, huh? Hey, there's a couple. Just taking Marty and George and Raul's advice and throwing it out there. See if anybody wants to talk about stuff today. See what I'm up to. See what you guys want to talk about. I'm fiddling around with stuff here parts that I'm casting. Thought maybe somebody might be interested.
I know people still come up to.
So I see two of you out there. What are you guys up to today? I'm fiddling around getting things ready to cast. Figure out how to work this stupid camera. Yeah. Getting some parts ready to cast. Thought maybe see what you guys were doing. I'm trying to figure out how to. There it is, right there. It is right there. It is right there. That's what you say, guys. Let me put this on here really quick and then all right, so we got a couple of people. I'll show you what I'm up to here. If you guys want to see. So like I was saying last night, Marty and George and Raul were all talking about getting it out there and everything. And I know I've made a few videos and stuff, and I want to continue to do more and try to get better. Right now, I'm very basic. I just have whatever software there is on YouTube to do this stuff with, and my little goofy camera. Eventually, I'll get some more stuff, but for right now, this will do, I think. But let me pan down here so you can see this mess I got. Yeah, all this stuff, all these. This is what I'm doing. I'm making parts. These are all things that scratch builders are always looking for. You know, every one of these little cars that we build, you know, it's got to have an engine in it, right? So you put a body on there, it would look pretty silly without an engine. So right now, I'm kind of working on this kind of stuff, and so far. I'm taking all these old engines that I have that are really not very good and cutting them into little pieces and putting them all back together in different shapes and ways and making good stuff. So right now, here, I wonder if I could just get it off the. Take it off here. Oh, yeah, come off. Watch me live on camera. Cut my thumb off. There we go. So put together this little flathead, and it's got all the goodies on it. It's even got fan and pulleys and fan belt ready to go. Excuse me. So I'm going to get this one, get a mold poured for this one. I'm hoping to get all this done today. At least started on these ones. And I've got another thing we're always looking for are wheel inserts. So I'm making some wheel inserts to go with these cars. Casting the fan belt and the fan and everything separately. Something else we're always looking for is driver figures. So I'm trying to cast up some driver figures. Just little things that we need. If you guys have any suggestions for stuff that would be good, let me know. And if it's something that I can try to figure out how to make a master for, we'll do that and have parts available. Eventually, all this stuff that I make is going to be available to you guys. I'm trying to get it all together first. You know, we've got the bodies. I'm starting to roll out some bodies, things like that. And so this is the next body I'm working on, the sedan. I'm getting this one ready to make a mold of. But yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, if you got anything you want me to look at or do, just let me know, and I'll try to do that. Some of these things, like I said, are just so impossible to find. We get them out of model kits and things, and that's what I do. Model kits, die cast cars sometimes come with engines in them, and they're horrible. They're terrible. This is a casting I did years ago of an old flathead out of a die cast car, but I mean, it kind of looks like a flathead, but it needs help. So all of these I'm remodeling and redoing the actual modeling. Eventually I'm going to cast this body as well. So we'll have these sedans to race. I've got another Model A, a coupe in there. I've got the 37 Chevy. I've got a 40 Ford. This is a pull out of one of my old 40 Fords. It's really bad. It's got to be remastered. So there's quite a few things in the pipeline. But what do you guys think? You guys are quiet. Nobody's talking. Or are you? Or can you? Does it work? Is the chat working? Or are you guys just quiet today? Somebody let me know if it's working down there. Excuse me. So that's where I'm at right now, trying to get all these little parts together. There we go. Oh, nobody's seeing the chat. Did I screw something up here? Let me look. Let me see the edit button. Details, public, playlist. Select your stream language. Allow. Let's see here. How's that? There you go, guys. Is that better now? I switched it. I think I had it set up wrong. Again, I'm a total newbie. Are you guys seeing each other's comments? Well, I can see you guys. Steven, hello. Ronan, Gary, hi guys. Andrew, awesome. Okay, cool. That makes me feel better. At least I know it's working now. I'm not talking to the Ethernet. So what do you guys think? Are these things that you're interested in? Are you guys, any of you guys going to be scratch building? Are you scratch building now? Um, are you really into this? Steven, you're doing it now. Cool. So any of these parts of any interest to any of you guys? I'm sure that eventually, I don't know if you guys are any of you plan on being in any of the races that Harry does every year, twice a year with the modified cars. If you are, these are the perfect things, the engines, especially the engines and the bodies and the wheel inserts. These are all things you're going to probably need. And that's good. So I'm hoping, like I said, I'm hoping here in the next month or so to have all this stuff ready, have it all the molds ready so that I can cast anything anybody requests and have a few things on hand so that I don't have to have much of a lag if somebody asks for something. So I just want to help everybody out. I want to make this as easy for you guys as I can, and easy for me too to make them. But hopefully some of you guys get into trying to do this too. Ronan, don't know where to start. Yeah, it's like, I know you guys probably think we're all, I don't know, fanboys or whatever. We promote Harry's Home Racing World all the time, but you really should go on there. There's a ton of information there on how to get going with scratch building. Start out with what he calls the stinker chassis. It's just very simple and very easy to build. Parts are all available from Slot Car Corner, and you can put together a chassis in an evening, really. So I know soldering puts people off a little bit, but it's not that hard. Oh, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. But yeah, look at the HRW site and just look at the archives and look at all that information there. And we're continuing to be adding to it out here too. Like, George does some really good. If you haven't looked at him, your Area 51, North Carolina, check his stuff out too. He's got some really good videos on beginner stuff on how to get going building a chassis. Steven, looking for some classic hot rod bodies. Collected a bunch of plastic. Well, you're gonna be happy then, because we're gonna have quite a few. Ronan, yes, Harry is very good at that, at listing the materials you need to build a car on those on his videos. So like I said, look for the one called Stinker Chassis, and it is very, very comprehensive. He tells you everything you need, part numbers for the KNS brass, all of it. And so, yeah, you should give you a good start there. Stephen, we're going to have, well, like I said before, we've got the 40 Ford. I got a coupe. Let me see what I got down here in my secret drawer. I've also got a 40 sedan we're going to be doing. You already seen that one. That's the one with really tore up 40. Where did I put the other one? Well, we've also got, where the heck did I put them? We're going to be doing a 32 Ford. We're going to have a Model T Roadster, 34 Roadster. We're going to have a whole bunch of, and these are all 132 scale bodies, by the way. .3D printing, Gary. I have tried a couple of times now to do some 3D printed stuff and then turn it into a casting. 3D printing, the stuff is kind of brittle from what I understand. It'll break if you race it usually. And I have a body over here that I bought from someone that they used a 3D print and then tried to make a casting of, and it's terrible. I'm going to try to, I'm not even going to tell you what the body is right now. I'm going to try to smooth this thing out. It takes a lot of sanding and priming to get these 3D printed bodies ready for casting because they have to be smooth. So, years ago, a friend of mine worked in the 3D printing industry, and he took I wanted a 41 Plymouth. So I gave him a 125th scale 41 Plymouth body, and he shrank it down to 132 scale and did me a print. And the print was really bad, but it was all I had. So I spent weeks sanding and priming. And I have a mold for that body, 41 Plymouth. And the mold is really bad now. It's close to 10 years old. So I am going to redo that one as well. So we'll have 41 Plymouth. Like I say, some of these cars, they don't exist anywhere but in here for the most part. There's just no 132 scale bodies out there. But we're trying to rectify that. And I'm working as diligently as I can in between taking kids to school and doing all that stuff. So I'm on it, though. I am definitely on it. Steven, yes, 32. So we've got a 32.3 window. And I'm looking for a 32.5 window. So that 32.3 window for sure. I already have one. And so I just need to redo the mold for that. We'll also have a 34 Roadster. That's coming. And a Track T. So we'll have some pretty good cars. Excuse me. But I'm glad that there's some of you out there who are, looking to do this too and who are interested in doing it. I just hope that all this stuff, helps you guys out. Yes, Stephen, me too. That's it. Classics turned into dirt modifieds. And that kind of runs the gamut too from these pre-war cars. I love the pre-war cars. They're my favorite. But, 55, 56, 57 Chevys look really cool as dirt modifieds too. So we like that as well. Some even into the 60s. A lot of cars that were used to make modifieds with back then. And I like them. And you're right. We like those cars. Bombers, Harry called. We'll have bombers too. That's another one. I'm trying to figure out. I want to make a 56 Chevy. There's 55s and 57s, but there's no 56s. None. Zero. And 132 scale, I've been looking for years. I can't find one. So if any of you guys run across a 56 Chevy and 132 scale, I would happily buy it from you. Well, that's good, Andrew. Yeah, it's not that hard. I've been speaking of rubber tires, I've been casting away over here. I'm getting stuff put together. Tires for mine. I just made a new mold the other day for the Carrera NASCAR tires. Yep. See, I'm weird. I know Paul Gage's tires are the best. I love them. But I also like to see the tread and all that stuff. And I know it's probably a lot of it's going to get taken off when you true the tires, but I still like it. So I make my own. Howdy, Michael. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry I keep coughing. I think I got the long COVID. I can't get rid of this cough. Kind of weird. You know what, Andrew? Since you're talking about it, I'm going to show you this, and I don't even want to touch the thing. A friend of mine asked me to make tires for the Pioneer Legend cars. So I did. I have made 4 different molds now, and every time, I don't know if you can see that. See how juicy blue it is? That is the the silicone used to make the mold. Wherever it's touching the rubber tire, it would not harden. It would not do anything. I have let them sit for a week. I've put them out in the sun. I actually cooked them in the oven, and it comes out like that, wet. It's sticky wet. It will not cure. And I've tried several different tires of the Pioneer tires. It's not my mixture. That's perfect. Every other one works. It's these tires. It's some chemical that Pioneer puts in their tires, reacts with the silicone, and it will not cure. So don't try to repop any Pioneer tires because you'll just waste material. The tire molds, Andrew. Yeah, they last for quite a while. I mean, you could, I mean, when you're careful, you can't just be really rough and rip the tires out of there, but you probably get 50, 60 tires out of a mold. Oh, hey, Harry. Yes. Top secret up the thing. That's for sure. I don't know what they put in that stuff, but it don't like the silicone. So again, what do you guys? Anybody building anything for Harry's Summer Slam for the hot rod stuff? Mine's still in the. It still needs a lot of work, but it's getting there. I just haven't had time. Anything else you guys are doing? Anything else you want to see? Any other questions? I guess I could show you. Andrew, you're talking about the tire. This is, excuse me. It's one of my molds for the tires. You can see they're super flexible, so it's they'll last for a while as long as you don't really beat them up too bad. But I've already cast a ton of tires just with this one mold. The molds for the bodies are a little different. You don't get nearly as many pulls out of one because it's a little rougher getting things in and out of them and they don't stand up that well. Yeah, Harry, I did. Showing the flathead. I'm getting ready to cast that one right now. Going to pour a mold hopefully today for this one. '56 Ford Custom Line. That's a cool car, Steven. I don't know. There might be a. No, I don't think there is a 56. There's a 57. Gary, I only make urethane tires. I don't make anything. I don't make any rubber or silicone. Have I ever used any resin prints? Well, no, I haven't. Again, you're talking about the 3D resin prints. I haven't used one of those. I've only used what I call stacked fishing line print. I have not used a resin print. It might be better. Yeah, you're right, Andrew. That might be better because they're smoother. They don't have the lines in it like I said, the stacked fishing line look. I'm very unfamiliar with the 3D stuff altogether. I just never got into it. The cost too. Like I say, I have this one over here that's yeah, it's pretty bad. It's going to take a lot of work to get that one going. What do you think, Harry? What do you want to see? So, like, okay, Harry's talking about the engines here. We're going to have, I've been putting together these, got a small block Chevy, with 3 2s on it. I'm gonna do a small block Chevy with a single carburetor. We've got, this one's gonna be a little harder. Got an Oldsmobile and a Cadillac. This is an old Cadillac. You know, that would be good for some of these older cars. But again, this one needs a lot of work. This was a model kit that somebody built, and it's not built very well. So I'm going to have to cut this thing all apart and re-put it back together. So I'm going to have to cast several of them just to make one good one. I also have Chevy 6-banger. Right, Harry. That's how I look at it too. It's all these little peripheral parts that nobody makes. We'll have to try that, Andrew. We'll have to see if maybe somebody can print one. You know, print us up something that we can't get in a die-cast car or whatever, like your 56 Ford or you know, my 56 Chevy, something like that we can't get. Maybe somebody can, that has one of those type of printers, could print us up a body in the right proportions, and we'll make a mold, see where we go, see how it goes. I like that idea. Yeah, see here, I think we got this is a Ford. We got a Ford engine, 2 carbs. We're gonna have a lot of different engines, so you have some choice. Not everybody likes flathead Fords and small block Chevys. Don't have a 132 scale Hemi though. That would be a good one to get. So, what else you want to see? What else we got? Right, Harry, Hemi. I just got to find one. Got to find one or something that closely replicates it that I can carve into one. That's the problem. I do have, I forget what this came out of. This came out of a die-cast car, and it's supposed to be a Hemi, but it's only half. It's a half a Hemi. So it does have 6-pack on it though. So I don't know. Might be able to maybe do something with this. We'll see. Well, I appreciate you guys all popping in. Like I said, I just wanted to sort of do like what the guys were talking about last night, and just throw that out there so that, you know, to perpetuate this. We got to help each other. We got to promote it, talk to people about it. And so maybe the more of these kind of things that are floating around out there, the more interest that we'll bring in, and we'll get some people wanting to play with stock cars. You know, it's the cool thing is once you try it, you're pretty much hooked. If you're into model building, this is kind of, to me, is like the next step. You know, it's models that you can actually play with. They don't just sit on a shelf, you know. So, right, Harry, the more the better. 132 predominantly, Andrew. That's my main focus. But there are a lot of guys that like 125th, 124th as well. We do race the 125th scale cars once in a while, but yes, 32nd. The bigger cars are easy. You can go buy a model kit. There's just about every model kit of every car ever made. So it's really easy to build a car in 125th scale, but 132 scale not. So yeah, 32. If you can find some not weird, but cars that aren't produced in 132, yeah, I would be happy to make molds of them. Like I said before, I don't think you guys maybe some of you didn't see it, but this is a 37 Ford sedan. There's no model, there's no die cast of any of this at all. And the 37 is shaped a lot different than the 40. So, but it's very close. So that's what I did. I kind of started with both cars. I cut them both up and glued them all together. And then the back of the car I had to make completely, because again, the 40 and 37 are shaped different. So I had to do a lot of sanding and reshaping and The windows are different. The roof shape is different. But that's how we get them. That's the only way to get them. So we're going to remold this one now because the mold is no good. So we're going to make more. But yeah, if this helps get other guys interested. Yeah, you know what, Harry? I've been talking. You need to talk to Game Over. He has that one. At least he still has. I think he still has the truck. So send him a nasty gram and tell him to send it to me. And I'd happily do that one again. Well, I'll show you the one I got back here. Just so, speaking of trucks, this thing, 58 Chevy, and it's the fleet side. So this is a casting that someone made from a 3D print, and it's really, really bad. It's going to take me a long time to get this one. Yeah, I know, Harry. Yes, I know you have the old one. Steve has the original, so we wouldn't have to take anything apart. Andrew, go to Miguel from Hobby Works. He can probably help. Okay. I'm going to go back through this after we're done here, and I'll write down all this stuff. And yeah, maybe we can figure something out. That'd be great. And Stephen, yes, 53 through 56 Chevy and Fords, both would be very, very well received, I think. I'd love to do a truck race like Steve does at Harry's every year. Do one in 132 scale. Do some modified trucks. Why not? Something different, but still along the same vein. Might be something to think about for the future. There's a million things we can do. Lots of stuff. Just not enough time in the day. I'm lucky I'm retired, so I can fool with this stuff most of the day, except for then when I have to go shuttle kids around. But otherwise, yeah, I got all the time to fool with this that I have. So we'll get there. The 55-ish Ford pickup at Cincy Slots. No, I haven't seen that, Steven. It's is it a diecast car or a? Because I know he sells diecast once in a while too, or is it a slot car? I'll have to look on there. I think built by the owner. Oh, no, I'll have to check that out. I haven't seen that. We were building them up like push trucks. Remember the old racetracks back in the day always had a push truck, usually with some big board on the front bumper and a spare tire on there so you don't damage the cars. And so if a car got stuck or if a car needed a push start, they had a push truck that would run out there. That's what we were doing with them. Thanks. I'll check. I'll go look. It's on a Cincy Slots. It's on one of Bruce's YouTube. I'll check it out. I'll definitely go look for that because that's something we really like around here is trucks. I think I might do something like this once a week, like the other guys are doing. Maybe more towards the evening time, probably. It's probably easier for you guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys work and have lives. It's hard to sit down in the middle of the afternoon just to BS with the stranger on the internet. But maybe I'll start doing this, figure out what days the other guys are on and maybe pop in on one of the days where nobody's on, just so we have some more information floating around out there. Well, check that out, Andrew. Sounds like it. yeah, if he's able to help us, Andrew, that'd be great. You know, if he built us, if we could get even commission him to make something that we want and make the master for us, and then we'll make a mold. That would be cool. That'd be really cool. Like I said, 132 scale is kind of neglected as far as car bodies go. Even the slot car companies themselves, they don't, you know, like I said, we've got 500 different, you know, 65 Mustangs out there, but there's not a, you know, I don't know, pick another car that you like. Is there an Impala out there? You know what I mean? It's like there's just not a lot of stuff out there for 132 scale guys. Hell, I think there's more stuff for the 143 scale guys. Those guys have, like I was looking today for a 510 Datsun body. I think that would be fantastic to have. There aren't any in 132 scale unless you want to buy that really ugly Jada that's on eBay. Otherwise, there aren't any. But there are in 143 scale and 125th scale. So I don't know. We'll get it. Same with a Z car, a 240Z. That would be cool. I think everybody would buy that one. Everybody, and that's like the slot car companies. Why 510 and 240Z? That would be a great car to make. They would be able to make enough of them, I don't think. But yeah, it sounds like it, Andrew. We'll have to definitely look him up. Maybe I'll hit him up. I'm always open to that, bringing more people in and helping people out. That's what we're trying to do here. All right, guys. Well, it's lunchtime, so better go get some lunch before I got to go pick my boy up from school. Take my Challenger out for a burnout or two, and fucking talking to about it. Yeah, it's definitely worth talking to about it, Andrew, and I will. I promise. I'm gonna check him out for sure. Yeah, it's worth looking into. Even if we get one good thing out of it, that's good. I'm totally down for that. So I thank all you guys for tuning in. I thank all you new subscriber guys. It means a lot to me. And yeah, Harry, I'll see you later. Talk to you after a while, probably. And the rest of you guys, thanks for tuning in. And we'll figure out a day. I'll post it up somewhere that we're going to do this once a week. And be on the lookout for some more how-to videos as well. I need to do a follow-up on the wire bending video. I keep telling myself I got to do that. I will do that too, so help those other guys out. So you gentlemen all have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for tuning in.